Hello Pisces and welcome to my channel. This is Glamour Spell Tarot and this is going to be your reading for October 2020. I have changed a little bit the structure. So basically what's going to happen, I'm going to let the divine pass through me the messages for your highest good. So far you might have been used to hear messages about love or business, career, finances, whatever. And they were divided like that. This time and in the past couple of months, I could see that the messages that would come through would be more general ones, less specific, let's say. So I have made this decision. We'll see how it's going to go. It's going to be a surprise as much for me as it's going to be for you, in which area of your life Spirit wants to guide you. So let's see, I'm using Making Magic, I'm using this deck actually as oracle cards. And in general, they are super accurate. So you have the triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. And then I'm going to use the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and then we'll move at the table, and I'm going to open for you the tarot cards. Fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. Actually, Capricorn had the same card. To me, makes me think of being forged by fire. And you have the elements of fire, air, earth, and water combined to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. So I feel that you will need to put some boundaries this month. We'll see more about that when we get to the tarot. You have secret societies. To me, this is the equivalent of the Justice card in the Raider's Way Tarot. Then you have the Six of Petro, which is the Six of Wands, Legba la Flambeau. Very interesting cards. And then you have the Ten of Rada, to me would be the Ten of Swords, Azaka. So what I would suggest, guys, is stay with me. We'll get more into these. We'll see what this Justice brings balance and how it brings balance. Secret Societies, that's a very interesting card, and I'm going to tell you more about it. So yeah, let's move at the table. Before going into the cards I pulled out from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, I have been called to talk a little bit about the choices we make and the choices we don't make. Okay. Life is all about choices. Life is all about making decisions. And when we choose not to make them, when we choose not to move in one direction or the other, those are the things that we are going to regret on our deathbed. Okay, we are not going to regret the things that we did, but all of the things that we didn't do. All of the things that we might have been passionate about, but we didn't have the guts to follow them. That's what our judgment is going to be all about. And as I speak about judgment and I speak about justice being delivered, let's speak about the secret societies. And let's see how it all blends together. And let's figure out why I've been called to talk about choices. So this is a card that speaks about balance, justice, adjustments. The secret societies live more inside of the individual, live more in the heart than in the world. The Knight and those who live within it claim the honor and respect due to that which hunts in the deepest tunnels of the soul. So the secret society referred in this card exists more in the psychic and psychological dimensions than on a physical plane. There are always those who seek to maintain balance in the world through clandestine censor, magic, and force of arms. While their power is great, especially in a land like Haiti, the true power to maintain the balance necessary for the continuation of life is found within rather than without. When the spirit of community or tradition is violated, something ancient rises to swing the scales back to equilibrium. When I read this, it makes me think of being in a marriage for all the other reasons except for love. I don't know where that came from or who the message is for. Just take it as it is, and if it resonates. So you look at this card, it portrays, you can see 6 wild beasts looking at a kneeling woman. She's in a clearing, she's dressed in blue and white. These are the colors of Agve, the god of the sea, the power of the sea. You can see her hands are tightly, loosely tied behind her back. And on a very deep level, it's her choice to be there. This is a little bit similar to the 8 of Swords, if you remember the graphics on that card, the artwork. The ropes don't bind her. Their function is more to restrict. In her hands, she holds a garde, a packet that has been charged with the power of protection by a mambo or a hunga. That is the sign of her innocence. The beasts there, the wild beasts, stand and watch. This is the moment of judgment. Okay. Everything is still. The beasts are very curious about this woman, but their attitude is more one of interest than either vengeance or acknowledgement of innocence. So the attributes of this card include a righting or balancing of affairs. It's all about balance. It's a restoration of equilibrium that takes place on both a very large and a very small scale. This is the necessary flux is not even noticed. Okay. So what you are being asked to is go deeply within through your experience. You have to move past regret and then past judgment to an appreciation of these experiences that play in the elegant balance of the universe, both within and without. This is the moment when everything hangs in balance. Cases of law, cases of consciousness, pangs of conscience, calling one to action. Choices, right? Recourse to the ancestors for a decision or the matter at hand. Let us continue here with Legba la Flambeau. So you see a lot of fire. You see the new sun here. And we had fire here. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. You will see how well they blend together in a second. So Legba la Flambeau is the new sun who unfurls himself in the heavens, brilliant beyond description. He reveals his first powers, unweighted by knowledge or future consequence. His radiance stretches like a banner between the visible and the invisible worlds. This could be a banner between the conscious and the subconscious. He's coming forth in victory, but his gray hair and he looks elderly here. These are emblems of his rank. And show that even a new sun is the product of spiritual processes old beyond telling. So this aspect of the Legba is that of a newly initiated elder dancing in the crossroads. He shoots fire from his hands. His cane is a staff of fire. And his face, you look at his face, wears kind of a little bit of mischief on it. Okay. This is the power of Courir le Mardi Gras, which is the devil in this deck. Well, his will is creation, just pure and simple. And he's successful in this process of creation. Will upon will, fire upon fire fuels his frantic dance. His words are few and powerful. They seem to fall from his mouth, pushed by an internal intensity that makes light of all external opposition. Just as there is great danger in calling this legba, so there is also great danger in leaving this loa uncalled and unknown. So if you don't taste success, life is not worth living. If you don't have passion, life is not worth living. His fire burns quickly through obstacles, those blocks to the unfolding of the universal will. If you look at this legba, his primary attributes are success, victory, and ongoingness. The first this legba wills is beyond intellectual comprehension. It is untempered by compassion. It's a little bit like fire, right? He dances alone, fed by the awesome power of his own making. Again, similar to fire. By his word, he creates himself. Self-creating himself knows no other. This legba dances on the head of the pure fool and the enlightened fool. A person guided by this card may be either one of these two fools. And now stay with me, because this is where it all unveils. The pure fool may produce a brilliant display, but the effect is similar to that of the fireworks in very short durations. The works of the enlightenment fool are much more likely to persist over time. This legba is the force and the fire of both fools. What you need to contemplate is the touch. It's how to touch the newest in your soul that has never known defeat. Okay, so you fall 6 times, you stand on your feet 7 times. But the 7th time when you stand on your feet, you need not to think about the past 6 defeats, but start life as new. The newest that has never strayed from its original purpose. The image is that of the mane of a young lion that has never been tangled or torn in the heat of the battle. This is a card of victory, of obstacles being swept aside, the first necessary victories of the pure fool. There is no grace, there is no guilt. This is the law. Do what thou wilt. Gorgeous card. I feel a little bit lightheaded, so these messages were very powerful. And now you have the 10 of Radha, Azaka. The 10 of Radha is very similar to the 10 of Swords, okay? Only that the representation is a little bit different here. There is a promise of happiness with the rainbow, but that comes after a metaphysical type of death. Your wisdom is won in battle against the dry and unforgiving soul. The easy riches promised by the earth in its most fertile aspect lie just out of reach. With the hoe in hand and feet in field, you pursue the all too tenuous goal of survival. Survival after a battle. Azaka is a master of herbs, a healer who does much with little. This doctor possesses a vast body of magical practice, much of which centers around healing. You have to heal after defeat, after being backstabbed. The primary virtue or attribute of this card is persistence in face of nearly unsurmountable odds. Azaka is motivated by the constant threat of ruin. A failed crop could throw a struggling farmer into the nameless throngs of the city, strip the family and support it offers. Succumbing before the onslaught of inevitable forces, perseverance against great odds, success at great price. So that has been it. Very powerful, the cards we got from the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. I feel you have been at a standstill for a while, waiting for this judgment, waiting for the balancing, waiting to start something new with new energy, but also waiting for the enlightenment that justice provides at the end of the day. It hasn't been easy, and there is a process of healing. Two of Swords. I've seen this card, and I've shuffled. I've seen it at the bottom of the deck. This is the standstill I've been talking about. This is the standstill, being blocked, putting yourself at a crossroads and not knowing if to go left or right. This is the choices that I've been talking in the beginning of the reading. You want your happiness, and you want your happiness so bad, Pisces. So bad. My heart goes out for you there. You want your happiness. You want your wish fulfillment. You want it. You have the Nine of Cups, and then you have the Star. There is hope. Oh, there is hope, but there is hope once you start healing past hurts. You have to heal the past hurts. You have to heal them. There is an element of healing. You want this wish fulfillment, but you don't know how to go about it. And you tend to put your wishes upon a star. Oh, wow. 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 You want to take action. You want to take action. For me, the King of Wands is very similar to Legba le Flambeau. And this fire. Someone who goes after their passions, someone who has to know their passions. This is an entrepreneur, a CEO type of personality. This is someone who sets their mind on their dreams and goes after it. This is the power you need in order to thrive. This is the power you need. You need this enlightenment. You need this enlightenment. You want to go after a soulmate relationship. Perfectly in balance. Perfectly in balance, meant to be with each other, meant to be together, and to have this new beginning. To have this new beginning. But in order to have this new emotional abundance, because the Ace of Cups, it's about a lot of emotions, and it's about emotional abundance, and it's about your happiness. It's about your happiness. It's about your wish fulfillment. This is your wish fulfillment. You want this new love. You want to start something new so bad, and I can feel it, Pisces. You need to learn how to make this offer. You need to learn. This could also be a card of travel. Maybe your soulmate lives at a distance. Maybe there is a fated meeting. A fated meeting happening. But you have to learn maybe how to heal. You have to learn how to get out from this standstill. You have to choose one road or the other that you are going to travel on. Because at the end of this road, it's your wish fulfillment. At the end of this road is your soulmate patiently waiting. But I feel that you are afraid that they are not going to wait for much longer. That you have won the decision. You need to make a decision. You feel you have it all, but there is something else you want. And in this feeling of having it all, there is lack. Because you feel there is no happiness. The Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, there is a choice for balance. You want equal give and take. You basically want equal give and take, and this is your wish fulfillment. This is the wish you have been making, but in order to have this equal give and take, you need to heal first. You need to heal first. You see these two hands here. To me, it makes me think of the wedding cake. When the bride and groom cut the cake, they hold hands together, they hold the knife, and then they cut the cake together, doing things together. The Hanged Man. This is your card, Pisces. This is very much your card. You need to gain that enlightenment. But in order to gain that enlightenment, the enlightenment to become Legba, the poor, full, enlightened one, you need to set yourself upside down and see things from a different perspective. You need to look at the world from a different perspective. The Four of Swords, and you can only do this if you heal. You can only do this if you choose to heal whatever past hurts you had to deal with. You have the Star. The Star is the card of healing as well, and I mentioned that. And only after you heal, you are going to have movement forward. But once the ball starts rolling, there is no stopping it. There is no stopping it. You set your eyes on the prize. You set your eyes on the goal. You are ready to move from the standstill. You are ready to choose left or right, but you are ready to make a choice. And this choice that you are going to make is going to set you very much into your power. You are going to be very much into your power. You are going to be very stable. You are going to be very grounded. This is the way to go. Very stable, very grounded, having the Midas touch. And you have been working for this. You have been preparing yourself for the worst, but hoping for the best. Look at those two fingers crossed there. Hoping for the best, really hoping for the best, hoping that the best is yet to come. Hoping that there is going to, hope I say about manifesting. Very powerful cards. You have the Star, you have the Hangman, you have the Chariot. Life-altering choices. This is divinely guided. The Magician takes action. I know the Magician is ruled by Mercury. We are going to have Mercury retrograde this month, but I feel that once Mercury comes out of the retrograde phase towards the end of October, the Magician takes action. And you see how I place this? So for your wish fulfillment, you are healing yourself. And in order to heal, you put yourself upside down to see the world from a different perspective in order for you to be ready to take action. To move in the direction where your soulmate is waiting. You have beautiful cards and I have goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps. You are moving towards your happily ever after. This is all you want. This is all you wish for, Pisces. This is all you wish for. This is all you wish for. You wish for your happily ever after. You have been planning, plotting, strategizing for this for a while. You have been trying to find ways to achieve this. You have been trying to find ways in which you can travel, in which you can move past heartbreak, heal the heartbreak, and move forward. Find ways in which you can get yourself single. Someone could definitely go through a divorce, and I mentioned this. Get themselves single in order to go to this soulmate and to have this new beginning with the soulmate. This could be about you or the person you are dealing with. Keep that in mind. Once this person is single, they are ready to make this offer. They are ready to make this offer. It might be a slow-moving energy. They might have been taking their time, but this is a very solid, grounded type of offer. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the only knight that crosses the finish line. Someone is ready to make this offer. Someone is ready to make this offer and cut out of their life. Maybe they have to get out from a very toxic situation. And this is why it's taking time. This is why it's taking time. They have to get out of a codependency type of situation. And they have been planning, plotting, strategizing, but they are finally ready to make the move. This is all very exciting, Pisces. This is all very, very exciting. Drop me a comment below and let me know how you have resonated with this reading. This is all I had for you for October 2020. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I would be very, very grateful for that. And also, check the community tab. This is where I'm gonna announce when I come live the next time. But until then, love and light.